In 1967, a young woman stepped off a Greyhound bus in Nashville with nothing but $20, a guitar, and a dream that no one believed in. Mocked for her high-pitched voice and big blonde hair, she faced relentless rejection in a city where talent alone was not enough. Yet, the woman who would become a global icon refused to give up. Born in a one-room cabin in the Smoky Mountains, she carried the resilience forged from a childhood of poverty and hardship. Despite the industry's dismissals, she believed in her songs, her voice, and the power of persistence. This early chapter sets the stage for a story not just of fame, but of triumph over adversity, showing that determination, courage, and unwavering belief in oneself can transform even the bleakest beginnings into something extraordinary. Childhood of struggle. Dolly Rebecca Parton was born in 1946 as the fourth of 12 children in a small cabin in Locust Ridge, Tennessee. Her father, a sharecropper and construction worker, could barely read and write, and the family lived in extreme poverty with no electricity or running water. Winters were brutal, and 12 children shared a space meant for 4, wrapped in quilts made from flour sacks. Beyond physical hardship, Dolly faced humiliation at school. Her homemade clothes, tattered shoes, and lack of material comforts made her an object of ridicule. Yet, amidst hunger and shame, music offered refuge. Her mother sang Appalachian ballads to comfort her children, while her grandfather's gospel hymns filled their Sunday church. These melodies became the foundation of Dolly's artistry, instilling in her the resilience and creativity that would define her lifelong journey in music. Early musical passion. From an early age, Dolly showed a remarkable connection to music. By 7, she was already composing songs, using scraps of paper and broken pencils to record lyrics inspired by her life in the mountains. By 10, she performed on local radio stations, her voice filled with emotion and depth far beyond her years. At 13, she debuted on the Grand Ole Opry stage, trembling in a homemade dress, but resolute in her determination to be heard. Music became both her escape and her currency in a life where material wealth was scarce. Even as her family struggled with hunger, Dolly used song to navigate her world, turning hardship into art. This period reflects the power of creative expression to uplift the human spirit and illustrates how early experiences shape not only talent, but character. Arrival in Nashville. At 18, Dolly left the mountains and boarded a Greyhound to Nashville with just $20 and her guitar. Her belief in her talent met a harsh reality. Nashville, a city brimming with dreamers, was unforgiving. She moved into a cramped apartment, barely able to pay rent, surviving on stolen ketchup packets, crackers, and charity. The music industry dismissed her as too country, too high-pitched, too much of everything they didn't understand. Executives laughed at her songs and appearance, reinforcing the same sense of inadequacy she had felt as a child. Yet these rejections only strengthened her resolve. Dolly worked tirelessly, taking odd jobs, writing incessantly, and performing wherever possible. Her relentless pursuit of opportunity reflects the resilience and grit that would eventually catapult her from poverty to stardom. Early career struggles. Dolly's initial recordings were fraught with difficulty. In 1967, her first single, Dumb Blonde, hit number 24 on the country charts. A modest success, but it came with creative compromise. Monument Records wanted to mold her into a more commercial, less authentic version of herself. She recorded songs she didn't believe in and endured exploitative contracts that kept her financially strained. The loneliness of living in Nashville, away from family, compounded the pressure. Dolly cried herself to sleep some nights, wondering if she had made a mistake. Yet her songwriting never faltered. Even in despair, she channeled pain and longing into music that remained true to her voice, laying the foundation for the songs that would define her legacy and ultimately empower her to reclaim control over her career. The Porter Wagoner era. In 1967, Dolly's fortunes shifted when Porter Wagoner, a prominent country star, offered her a co-host spot on his show. This opportunity provided national exposure and a steady paycheck, but came with strings attached. Wagner controlled her career, including earnings, song selection, and public image. Though grateful, Dolly struggled with the suffocating control, which threatened to erase her artistic identity. She endured years of backstage arguments, standoffs, and creative limitations, all while continuing to write songs privately. The partnership highlighted the tension between opportunity and autonomy in the entertainment industry, and it tested Dolly's resilience. Even under constraints, she cultivated her artistry, preparing herself for the eventual liberation that would allow her true talent and personal vision to flourish on her own terms. Breaking free after 7 years under Wagner's control, Dolly made the bold decision to reclaim her independence. In 1974, she presented him with the song "I Will Always Love You," a heartfelt farewell and a declaration of her need for freedom. Porter agreed to release her from the contract, but not without demanding a financial settlement that Dolly had to scrape together. The separation was both liberating and painful, marking a turning point in her career. The experience underscored the cost of independence and the courage required to break free from control. It also showcased Dolly's strength as a songwriter, using music not only to express emotion, but to navigate complex personal and professional transitions with dignity and creative power. Triumph through art. Once free, Dolly flourished creatively and commercially. "I Will Always Love You" reached #1 on the country charts, and her subsequent hits, including "Jolene," "Here You Come Again," and "9 to 5, solidified her as a cultural icon. Each song reflected her life experiences, from heartbreak to resilience, resonating with audiences across genres. Her work on 9 to 5 also marked a successful foray into film, blending music and storytelling to highlight working-class struggles. Through relentless effort, Dolly transitioned from country star to global icon, proving that authenticity, hard work, and a fearless embrace of personal voice could overcome industry skepticism and societal expectations. Her art became her ultimate instrument of freedom and influence. Expanding her empire. In the 1980s, Dolly extended her influence beyond music, launching her own production company and securing ownership of her master recordings. These strategic moves ensured financial independence and creative control, making her one of the first female country artists to wield such power. In 1986, she opened Dollywood in Tennessee, transforming her roots into a thriving business that celebrated her heritage. The park drew millions of visitors annually and became a symbol of giving back, connecting fans to the Smoky Mountains and her story. Dolly's expansion demonstrates her ability to combine artistic vision with entrepreneurial acumen, crafting a legacy that balanced cultural impact with economic empowerment. Legacy and resilience. Dolly Parton's journey from a one-room cabin to global stardom embodies resilience, creativity, and unwavering determination. Despite early poverty, relentless rejection, and controlling partnerships, she reclaimed her voice and built an empire on her own terms. Her songs, business ventures, and philanthropy continue to inspire generations. Yet behind the glamour and rhinestones, she carries scars from her childhood and career struggles, reminding us that success often comes with personal cost. Dolly's story is not just about fame, but about the human spirit's capacity to overcome adversity, maintain authenticity, and transform pain into art, demonstrating that perseverance, courage, and self-belief can turn dreams into lasting reality. Giving back. Even with immense success, Dolly remained deeply connected to her roots. Dollywood, her philanthropic initiatives, and her support for education and literacy reflect a commitment to giving back to the community that shaped her. She transformed personal struggle into social impact, offering opportunities for others to dream bigger than their circumstances. Her life illustrates that true legacy combines personal achievement with contributions that uplift others. Through her actions, Dolly shows that resilience is not only about survival, but but about creating pathways for others to thrive, ensuring her story continues to inspire long after the spotlight fades.